spotted. Go!
What's up everyone, my name's Al from GamesRib, and today we are discussing Counter-Strike for the Sega Dreamcast. Now, you're probably going to say, consoleized version of Counter-Strike? Well, it actually works pretty damn well on the Xbox original. Yes, doesn't quite hit the notes, let's say, of the PC counterpart, but can the Dreamcast fare any better? Let's find out. So yes, today we are taking a look at Counter-Strike for the Sega Dreamcast. Yes, there is also Counter-Strike Condition Zero, although that I actually couldn't even get that working. It flagged up errors from the get-go. So this is it, we're taking a look at Counter-Strike DC. Now as you can see, this was done back in 2008, so this was quite some time ago. But yes, a couple campaigns and then also practice mode. Practice mode literally gets you ready kind of just to use the controls, so you don't get too lost. As you can see though, as you'd expect, loading is a little bit slow, but it does get there. This is it, complete with gun animations. It's Counter-Strike, the training level for the Dreamcast, and I mean, it doesn't really walk you through what you're actually meant to do here. You're kind of like, well, okay, so I'm in a level. There's a guy here, there's also enemies here firing at me. Is there anything I actually need to do? Well, basically, I mean, you've literally got to go and clean the house. As well as that, I mean, to be fair, that's pretty much it. I mean, for a training level, you'd almost expect it to kind of hold your hand for it, but no, it doesn't really seem to do that. It just throws enemies at you. And to be fair, make sure to not shoot your actual helper, because he'll go and shoot back. Now, one thing I will say is make sure, if you can, use a keyboard and mouse, because for me, that's when the game actually felt right. Right, on to the actual pseudo campaign, let's say, which, when you get into it, actually doesn't feel like a campaign at all. And what I mean by that is you basically go in, select the map you want to play, and then you just go and shoot everyone. That is pretty much the essence of Counter-Strike on the Dreamcast. But the cool thing, there is a slight difference here. Well, certainly at the level select screen. One big thing for me is the fact that there's levels here that aren't in other versions of Counter-Strike, or certainly not consoleized versions of Counter-Strike. So there's 007 levels and other random ones. I kind of like this. And I think that's kind of what really caught me by surprise, was the fact this wasn't just a standard port of Counter-Strike. Yes, it's got all the standard levels we know and love. It's also got some different ones too, which, you know, spices some things up, right? Now, at the start of each level, there's no actual standard buy screen like you'd expect in Counter-Strike. This one basically tells you have to defuse the bombs as you go along and take out all the enemies. But there is no buy screen, so that's a strange one, because I guess the idea is that when you get to the start of the level select screen, you choose who you are as a soldier and then pick up your weaponry. I kind of don't like that. It kind of doesn't make sense to me, but I guess, like I said, it's a single player campaign. They had to shape it up to be something slightly different, right? Now, the game clearly boasts the fact that it has the original levels, or the ones we all know and love, aka DE Dust, DE Aztec, and all of the other greats that, like I said, we grew up loving. And they actually feel very close to the actually original, or certainly 1.5, 1.6 version of the PC game back in the day. Feels very, very similar. Skins almost look pretty damn similar to me, although they do look slightly tweaked. But apart from that, still keeping close to the original mechanic. So you're probably saying, well, what is different? Hey, let's take a look at this. You're probably going to be interested to know, like I said, there is a 007 level, 007 facility. It's here to play. And I kind of appreciate that level of detail with this port, because they've added some kind of fan levels. You've got to remember, there is obviously also the 007 Half-Life GoldenEye expansion available on the Dreamcast anyway, so it makes me wonder if it's just that put into Counter-Strike, because I believe it's done by the same team. So hey, I do quite like this because it adds a slightly different element to it. that I didn't exactly expect when I popped the disc in. That's right, playing on real hardware right now. But yeah, I think it's cool, and it's who isn't a fan of the GoldenEye levels in Counter-Strike? It just kind of fits, right? For me, if I really have to give it a rundown here, this is missing multiplayer, and at its core, that's what Counter-Strike should be, an online game. You know, even if they somehow implemented split screen, that would have been kind of cool, but hey, unfortunately, it's not here. And that does feel like, this doesn't really feel like Counter-Strike. If I had to wrap this up, I actually think it's pretty darn good. Yes, it's not online, which is a shame, and as you've seen, Counter-Strike 0 doesn't even seem to boot for me. I don't know if I'm the only one, but it doesn't seem to work at all. But yes, Counter-Strike, it does work, and it's kind of like, it tries to be a single player kind of campaign with bots, although it's not really a campaign, there's no story. But it's a bit of fun, and it's good to see working on the Sega Dreamcast. Could we see a better version one day? I would love to hope so. Who wouldn't want to see that back online? That would be incredible. Anyway, let me know what you guys think. As always, drop a comment, a like, and subscribe if you don't already. It's Al signing out. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. As well as that, you can also back the channel on Patreon. QR code is down below. But obviously you can check out this video. You can also check out that video. And on that note, it's Al signing out.